Day 669 of doing a LeetCode problem every day until I get a job. All right, y'all, we're back again another day, another LeetCode problem where we're doing daily LeetCode problems. And today we have question number 2124. Check if all A's appears before all B's. The difficulty level is easy, so you already know we're going to keep the solution as simple and easy to understand as possible. But before we get started, y'all, don't forget to like, hype, subscribe, comment, and share. And if you need any new Apple AirPods, go ahead and check out that link in the description so you can get you some. Now let's see what the question says. Given a string S consisting of only the characters A and B, return true if every A appears before every B in the string, otherwise return false. All right, y'all, so that sounds simple enough, but let's go ahead and take a look at these examples anyway, just to make sure that we are doing this problem correctly. So in example 1, we have our input S equals a string AAA, BBB. The output is true, right? The explanation says the A's are indices 0, 1, and 2, while the B's are indices 3, 4, and 5. Hence, every A appears before every B, and we return true. So as we can see right here, every A, right, there's only 3 A's, and all of the A's appear before all of the B's, right? That's what we want, so we return true. So let's take a look at example 2 where that's not the case and we need to return false. So in example 2, our input S equals a string A, B, A, B. This time the output is false. Why? Because all of the A's do not appear before all of the B's, right? This A appears after this B. Explanation says there is an A at index 2 and a B at index 1. Hence, not every A appears before every B, and we return false. So once again, since this A comes after this B, if it comes after the B, then it can't come before the B, right? So we return false because we need all of the A's to come before all of the B's like they did up here. Boom. Now let's take a look at example 3 where they try to throw a trick question our way and there are no A's at all. So in example 3, our input S equals a string BBB. The output is true. Explanation says there are no A's, hence every A appears before every B and we return true. So in this case, since there are no A's, then we just count that as all of the A's appear before the B's because there aren't any. So we could return true in this case. Now that we understand the question, y'all, let's get into the fun part, the actual solution. Solution is really not that difficult at all. And I feel like this is a good way to get your brain thinking like a programmer, right? Because it's all about thinking like a programmer. And you don't need to make the solution any harder than it has to be. And so that's why I think this is a good solution. And another thing about this solution is, y'all, guess what? We got a one-liner. That's right, y'all. We could solve this problem in one line of code, and it's not even a long line at all. All we have to do is we're going to come right here. We're going to say exclamation point S dot contains. Boom. So this exclamation point and this dot contains means S does not contain, right? So that's what this exclamation point means. It really means S does not contain. Then we're going to open up the B, open up the quotation marks, and pass in BA. Boom, that's all she wrote, y'all. All we're doing is checking to make sure S does not contain a BA anywhere in the string. As long as there's no BA, then that means all of the A's came before the B's, right? So that's all we need to check for. So let's give it a run. Excuse me, y'all. It's accepted, y'all. So let's go ahead and submit it. Make sure it's still accepted after we submit it. And look at that, y'all. 0 milliseconds beats 100% of users. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I like to see. It was that easy. This is all we needed, y'all. So with that being said, y'all, I hope y'all learned something today, and I hope to see y'all here tomorrow for another day, another LeetCode problem. See y'all then.